Alright, so as you probably know from the shitstorm that is Bungie's forum, in the patch 2.5.0.2, Bungie stated that by changing the way Hungering Blade works, they have inadvertently changed all of the health regeneration perks in the game. They also said that they are looking for feedback on these changes, and as a full melee striker titan that uses transfusion on a daily basis, I feel like I have the experience needed to properly give some feedback. And when I say I use transfusion a lot, I mean it. Look at all those melee kills and tell me I don't use transfusion. I'm going to quickly summarize my initial impressions and then show some Crucible gameplay where I tested out my transfusion based melee build. Overall, I am pretty indifferent about these changes. I don't feel like it's significantly stronger or weaker. The main thing I noticed is that it is a lot better when diving into a swarm of enemies, but it is a lot worse when fighting individual enemies one-on-one or finishing off the last couple of enemies in a group. Another thing that stood out to me is that the new transfusion gives me more of an incentive to specialize in the recovery stat. Since transfusion used to fully heal you and I was proccing it once every probably 5 seconds, I just focused all my points into armor and agility. Which got me thinking, if these changes are going to stay, I think it would be cool to have the health regen type effects scale off of player recovery. So if you have high player recovery, you'll gain a lot more shields from health regen rather than if you had low recovery. After all, the point of the recovery stat is to keep yourself healthy and topped off, and it seems like health regen effects should synergize with this philosophy, not completely negate the need for it. I'm definitely going to need to play around with this more, but my initial impression is that I'll shift a few points from armor and agility into recovery, and it'll be like nothing ever changed. Yeah, and after that absolutely despicable excuse for a performance that was the first game I played, it's time to try again. Haven't played in like, probably a month and a half, 2 months, so still getting my boots wet back into the game. Playing kind of like trash, but I always play like trash, but it's like more garbage. It's like Garbage Island up in here. Except that. Yeah, the thing about like the transfusion changes are that they kind of it's like this weird like buff to where if you are higher health when you kill your target, it's actually a buff because it instantly restores all your health. So like if you're around half shields, I think it's a buff, but if you're less than half shields, it's like it's a nerf because and then at the same time it's not really a nerf if you're getting shot at, which happens very frequently in the Crucible. But I find it like in the Crucible you're probably getting shot more so than versus AI because the AI, yeah, they kind of suck at shooting. So I don't know. I mean, it's just really difficult because there's different strengths and there's different weaknesses to these changes, and that's what game balance is. I mean, people read the patch notes and they fly off the handle and bash on everybody, just like I bash on this fool. And they're like, well, Bungie doesn't know what they're doing and all this garbage, and I'm not trying to say Bungie is perfect, but I mean, these changes aren't bad. They're not terrible. I obviously can't speak for like other people, like Blade Dancers and Void Walkers and all that, because I don't play those classes or subclasses very much. And when I do, it's usually just PvE. It's like never Crucible. I'm like exclusively Titan in the Crucible, basically. I think the last time I played on either of my other two classes was like 5 Iron Banners ago. Or something ridiculous. So, I don't know. I'm just gonna have to play with this more. And that shoulder charge nerf though, dude. That would have been a kill. If only they had nerf shoulder charge. Such a shame. Oh, what? I thought I had jumped there. Yeah, I thought I jumped there. Should have activated my Peregrine Greaves. But I guess not. Yeah, there's not really much else. Ooh. Aw, dude, come on, man. I was gonna I was gonna Peregrine Greaves his backside. And he was gonna be salty AF. And he was gonna send me hate mail. Because that's always what they do. Oh, yep, there you go. Got him that time. Look at that. Peregrine Greaves. Best Greaves in the game. And they also look cool. And that Fist of Havoc, man. It's so hard to use. So hard to use. They should just make it to where you're just, like, you have like 50% armor by default. No, I'm just kidding. But they really should buff the, oh, that's a nice shoulder charge. But they really should buff the, what you call it, the helmet? The Eternal Warrior? Yeah, they should buff that to where it actually just makes you invincible when you're using Fist of Havoc. Because, like, I mean, that helmet's trash. All the Titans know what I'm talking about. And, I mean, that helmet's just a joke. I don't know. I mean, I just feel like maybe they should honestly just make Unstoppable like a different perk. And then just make... Or maybe they should just make Unstoppable like to where you're actually invincible. Because it's not really that big of a change. Because Fist of Havoc is like... I mean, it's like literally... like 2 seconds of like invincibility. I'm gonna get... Alright. Yep, I'm gonna fall off. Yeah, I jumped up there thinking that I could kill that guy. I don't know, I was like gonna jump and Superman melee him. But you know, that's the quality gameplay you get to see for me. Because I suck at this game. Just like as I get stuck on that rock. Once again, man. That quality gameplay. Just so good at this game. I am the best. Toss that in there. He's completely blinded, but I kind of have to leave because there's like 5 people around me. Ooh, heavy ammo. I can spray someone down, which is one of the only times I use guns in this entire game. And I feel like this is a... yeah. I figured that was a bad idea, but you know, whatever. Still at the top of the leaderboard. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, still won. Oh, what? Dude, come on. You know that should have been a 1-for-1 trade. That shoulder charge should have activated and killed him. Get some of that. Teammate will be over here to collect that, or not. They just ran off. That's cool. Yeah, I do like that shotguns are no longer a thing, because they are just like a massive cock block to my build. Yeah, I also just realized that the transfusion changes are also really, really good when they have DOT on you like that. That just happened like a few seconds ago. Because with the DOT on you, the old transfusion, you would instantly start losing your health. Whereas now you regenerate like a lot more health up front, so it's actually a buff when you have DOT. Once again, Fist of Havoc too hard. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pluses to the health regen changes. I'm not sure how they would fare for other classes, but they don't... I don't know, I don't really feel very different when I'm playing, unless I kill someone like one-on-one. Like that, 1k damage. Straight up drop the D on this dude. That's what we call dropping the D, when you do 1000 damage to somebody. It's like, get out of my house. And we're about to win, so that's fine. There ain't gonna be no comeback, trust me. Alright, fine. There might be a comeback. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'm just kidding about just kidding. Yeah, all in all, I mean, build still feels solid. Doesn't really feel any different. I'm sure once I start playing some more, I'll probably get better at it again.